Check, check. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of For the Culture Live. Your host here, Nick Alexander, just holding it down right now. My boy Ty is on the way. Actually, did he just step in? He just stepped in. What's up, my nigga? Chilling? So we ready to go. We on and rocking. I had just started to. Yeah. Welcome.
What up, niggas?
How you feeling, man?
I'm alright.
Chilling. What's up, Paul? How you doing, dogs? Engineer, comedian extraordinaire who holds us down. Yeah, man, we here for another episode. We took a quick week off, Niggas was out of town. Had to make moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You was at a wedding, right?
Yeah, Stefan got married.
Shout outs to the homie Steph. Congratulations on your union, brother.
This nigga cried.
Well, oh wait. All right, you know what? Fuck the topics that we got today. Let's just catch up with Atlanta. So you went to a wedding for a friend of ours who we grew up with. We used to play ball.
Yeah. He doesn't live in Atlanta. He lives in like Lithonia, which is like a little bit outside of Atlanta, which is country as fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. You know what fucking makes me mad? Like, really? This nigga makes less money than me and owns a fucking house.
Yeah, they live good out there, man.
That shit fucking hurt me, dog. And it's a nice ass house. It ain't no bullshit house. It's a nice house. Like 2 stories, got a backyard and shit.
So if the income you get hustling out here and whatever, you could afford to live really good.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ, LA. Why you got to be so hard, Hollywood?
Yeah. It's tough.
So he's in the outskirts.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what'd you do? You did bachelor party. You did.
We did the bachelor party. We went to Blue Flame. We went to Blue Flame strip club. Okay. That was cool.
Way better than the one out here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Because the dances are much cheaper. You know what I mean? And the strippers just they get real personal with you. You know what I mean? And they spend a lot of time with you. So
they spend time with you. Shout out to Blue Flame Atlanta. Thanks for spending time, ladies. Talking to the customer, getting to know him, being his therapist and the dancer. I guess.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, he
Whatever. Well, I don't want to give too much, but it's because
no, it is what it is. Like me and him talked about it, but he was like, "Yeah, man." When like niggas get close to the marriage, like that's when they get all sentimental and shit. He's like, "Yeah, man. Strip clubs don't hit like they used to anymore, man. I think I'm done." I'm like, "Nigga, shut up. Just stop it, nigga.
Let her piss you off one night."
I'm like, nigga. At the end of the day, you still a dude. You know what I mean? You still a man. Yeah. I'm not saying you're gonna go out and cheat, but I'm just saying like. You still gonna look at other bitches, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, shit, she fine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but that night, he kind of like brought down the morale a little bit with that talk. I was just like, all right, bro, like,
can we enjoy the ass?
We trying to like live, and you talking about don't hit like it do anymore. Wow, what the fuck did we do this shit for then? I could have saved my $40 and stayed the fuck home and played fucking PlayStation.
Right, we could have had a 2K tournament.
Exactly, dog. If you just wanna,
right.
Debbie Downer, but
so
that's my dog. I'm
you
happy
had a dinner, you bachelor party, then that was rehearsal dinner. Did you make that?
No, well, they didn't do like rehearsal or anything like that. His wedding was just kind of like, all right, ceremony. We just gonna walk down the aisle with whoever they partner us up with.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
And then read the vows. That's it, and then go eat. And he's a cook. He's a chef,
made it?
So he made all the food.
Niggas saving money out here.
Yeah, so
they trying to fuck a chef. I'm the chef.
Yeah, so
I'm the top chef.
He has like his own business over there called like Two Full Catering.
Okay.
So like his other 3 chefs were there.
They just prepared.
So they all put in together and made the food for the wedding. So that was cool.
Oh. All right. Oh, how was the reception in terms of like the dances, anything? Like do we have any new wedding reception songs that we doing? Is Beyonce's Before I Let Go in there now? Like what's going on? Like what's the
they did play the Beyonce Before I Let Go.
Okay.
But
is that the new electric slide that niggas is doing now?
Yeah, man, niggas was fucking with it.
Took
man.
over?
I even fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
so but what was I gonna say? Like his girl's from Detroit, and like everybody out there is from Detroit. So they were playing like a lot of like Detroit rap music, shit that I didn't know.
What do you think?
Like it's cool. It's not bad music. But one of them, like I think she had a brother that passed away. He used to make music, and like that's like the Detroit anthem out there. And so like
his song is a Detroit anthem.
Yeah, so like they played it at the wedding, and niggas was going crazy.
I had some thoughts about it because I was gonna say it's like weddings ain't really the place to try and get your music off.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah, cause like he passed away, all the family
Yeah.
there, so like it's kind of like he's still there.
Celebration
Like,
of life.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
So they were playing it or whatever. It's a
It is
rap
hype.
song. It's a lot of like curse words, and so like all the old women there are just like, oh shit. And I'm just like there watching from the side, like,
Felt a little weird.
yeah, like
No, that's that's always interesting. Yeah. So how many would you say like weddings you've been a groomsman? Like at this point, I haven't been a groomsman in a wedding.
my brothers,
Okay,
my aunts, my uncles,
you've been a groomsman, right?
yeah, groomsmen,
And Vernon too.
Vernon's,
Damn.
yeah, dog.
You haven't had to travel like and spend my money though, have you?
The only one was Atlanta.
That was
That shit cost me in
well, we don't
total.
gotta talk the number, but you just yeah.
In total, almost like a stack.
Okay, but it was one of your best friends, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had shout outs to Damian Lemon. He had a funny bit about just like how when you with your girl for a long time and like all your friends around you just getting married, and then you got to keep spending money to go to like 'cause somebody want to do it in this country, and it's just like, hey, man, y'all niggas need to relax.
Yeah,
on this shit.
that's really how I feel, nigga.
This groomsman budget ain't no joke, man. Like I had to go to
I'm a professional groomsman.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay. All right, that's dope though, man. So congrats to Steph. So I was in Vegas last weekend. I went with my Knicks group. Shout outs to Chris, Eric, and Sean. We went out to Summer League to check out our Knicks and some of the other talent and competition that was happening in Vegas.
You were there during the earthquake.
I was in the arena when it happened.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I was in there when I saw the shit shake, and then Alonzo Trier still fucking made a move and then dunked it because the niggas didn't feel it. Like he was still just whopping and going, and then just banged it, and then they finally start calling it stop. But I actually really saw like a little bit of a wiggle because it wasn't super powerful, but it was happening long enough where you definitely just was like something's not right, and then it just kept going. So it was like a very extended period of shake.
How long do you think the shake was?
Probably close to a minute.
Damn.
Yeah.
That long?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And maybe 40 seconds top. Because usually if you think about it, it's really like 10 seconds, but it feels like forever.
Yeah.
Maybe 30, 45-ish, but it was a while from we were shaking, or we started to shake and see the shake, and we could kind of see the shake, and then until they actually like called the game to stop. So like, because people who are, when you're in the Thomas and Mack Center, which is where they play their games, it's actually like earthquake proof. Like they have a bunch of shock absorbers. It's actually the most safest place to be at. But they when you're in the stands in the arena, you're going down. The people who are like in the lobby area going around, they don't feel it.
Oh, okay.
But the guys on the court didn't feel it either. But we saw the scoreboard start to move a little bit in the sound speaker, so they had to stop because obviously if something got loose,
motherfucker fall. That's it.
yeah, that's it for Zion. So
They said it was Zion
dunking like 16.
dunking it too much.
This nigga Zion had like, because he was definitely a little out of shape. That's been the running thing that he came in a little out of shape. But they said also too he just hasn't had a chance to work out like and stay in shape because he didn't have to. Everybody knew he was the number one pick, and then they're taking him around. He was doing award tours. He was doing just press stuff. So, I mean, you probably get a little workout in during the day, but you're not going as hard as you can because they're just pulling you away everywhere, and you eating. Zion ain't no small cat. So during the Knicks Pelicans game, he's playing like the first 4 minutes or whatever, and he's trying to do shit, but then this nigga is like sucking air. Like he is winded. Like you could clearly see like they was going back and forth and like there was a standing, everybody was standing for like the first few minutes of the game. That's how hyped people were to see Zion. Like it was crazy the energy that he just attracted in the building because he had got people hype off layup lines. Like this man out of shape Zion doing bounce 360 windmills and shit and off the glass and like just I caught one on video.
Did you see this man?
Sorry. So he goes to the bench because after the 3-4 minutes he's a little winded and he wasn't doing it. He got blocked or whatever. The drives are sloppy. He gets his breath. And when he comes back in, the domination. And when he ripped the ball from Kevin Knox, that's what you're gonna bring up?
Yes.
When he ripped it from Kevin Knox like a nigga who stole his toy and banged it, if I tell you how crazy the crowd went?
And then he like flexed on him.
Oh my God, yeah, he did the super tank flex. Yeah. It was bad, yo. And then he did like 2 more dunks. Like he did like a easy pick and roll off the inbound on the sideline, and then or like a little drop, and then he did like he got to the basket. He was taking it to Mitch and Knox, and They couldn't stop him when he was going to the paint, but he didn't make any jumpers. Like Kevin Knox actually played decent defense on most possessions against Zion, especially on the perimeter, and he affected his shot. He blocked one. Zion couldn't get nothing off the dribble. Like he had no win to do that. But when he got to the hole, he was either banging it or drawing a foul. And I mean, it was just like he only played 9 minutes that game. They didn't play him the second half, and it was just. Yeah, he was a sight to see. RJ was a little rough. He made some good plays, but it was kind of like, you could tell he was just rusty. And then there wasn't that much talent playing in summer league though. A lot of the guys were sitting, so I'm like, you can't have load management with these rookie niggas, man.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Yeah, what were you gonna ask?
No, I was gonna, like, you can't steal the ball from me like that, dog. I'm gonna grab your leg or trip you or something, dog. Like, I'm not just gonna let you grab it and then dunk on it.
And then
hell no.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was worth it. The 9 minutes, it was worth sitting from like 3 games before Zion's game because we had to make sure we get good seats. So we had to watch a bullshit ass Miami Heat versus China game, and
that China team has been getting raped all.
They beat one team though. I forgot who lost. Charlotte lost to them. The Hornets lost.
I thought
to them.
It would have been the Lakers, man, because the Lakers summer team sucks.
Yeah. They
I don't know who these niggas are.
A lot of just journeymen. Their rookie that they drafted in the second round didn't even play. So yeah, but I saw Tyler Herro, the Miami Heat pick play. I thought he was nice. Play. Kobe White from Chicago Bulls and Daniel Gafford. He was a center in the second round. He was pretty explosive. And it was just fun. Like that energy, man. It's just amazing. Like you just see different fan bases there. We just talking shit. We didn't go to any Saturdays games because nobody was playing. So we just kind of like went to this Knicks meetup at this bar and just talked and grieved among Knicks fans and just
grieved.
On the past, how we feel about this year, not really understanding all the Knicks signings because they have like so many power forwards, and I feel like the roster mesh was kind of weird. And even though I like Marcus Morris, I felt like that was kind of weird how that played out because Reggie Bullock, who we signed as our shooter wing guy, he has some medical issue. Apparently, he gained weight or had some foot issues, so they were able to just say that we can't give you the money that we agreed to, and they're gonna restructure his deal or whatever, and we go to throw Marcus Morris a 1-year bag. And we stole him from San Antonio pretty much because we had $5 million extra to offer, and he was just like, "I gotta secure the bag." He had a really cheap deal, so he was just like looking to make some money.
And I definitely would have rather live in New York than in Texas.
Yeah, that's true. For a good year, yeah, sure. Yeah, but Summer League was like super fun. I recommend anybody if you're a big fan of basketball, even if you don't know everybody who's playing, you go to see your rookie or the second year guys who come back. It's a dope time.
I know you seen my boy Skia Booker versus Frank Nitti, the Drew League like legend from last year versus the Drew League legend.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Oh, I wish you would have told me about it. I would have paid attention.
Oh man,
tell me about that.
They were going at it. I didn't get to be there because I was in Atlanta.
Oh.
But like my homeboy was like sending me videos and shit. Like he said them niggas was going at it. Like Frank Nitti had posted a picture on his page of him like in the Skia Booker's face just talking shit. And Ski doesn't really talk shit. He just play and he just be quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Frank was all yappy, all in his face like a dog barking. And Ski is just like, all right, whatever, like say whatever you want, but I'm gonna get these 40 buckets. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get these 40 points.
What was the final numbers between the two?
I think Frank had like 35 and Ski had like 40 or some shit.
Who
like
won?
that. I think Frank's team won.
Oh, that's what matters then.
Yeah, Frank's team, they just have a better team.
Oh, yeah, a better
you know
team.
What I mean? They just have a better
It's just
team,
not fair.
but Ski is just
he's nice.
What is
it? They both guards, right?
Yeah, he's just too good, dog.
You played with both of them?
I never played with Frank. I played with Ski at LA, and he like when I played against him.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I have like this thing, like I don't let white niggas score on me, and I don't let light skinned niggas make me look bad. And so this
two principles to live by on the court, ladies and gentlemen.
So like we're playing or whatever, and he's on the other team. I'm guarding him, but you know when you could tell somebody's like lackadaisical, like that's how he was playing. So I'm like, he not even playing for real. But this nigga was still getting buckets.
I hate that, yo. And they just kind of like,
Yeah, and like there was one point, like I forced him to the baseline, and then my other teammate came and like doubled, and like he like spin move through the double pump, reverse to the other side layup. I'm like, God damn.
Oh.
Like it was like he was doing some crazy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta love, man. There's just some guys you just never hear about who just are amazing, and they're just as talented as NBA players. People don't get it twisted. Just because a guy is not in the league does not mean that he ain't worthy of being on the same court. Because he could give them all work when they come to where he's at. It's sometimes politics believe it or not, get a lot in the way in the NBA game as well. Sometimes coaches show favoritism. Sometimes coaches will try to make a guy lose his confidence to justify why they don't got to pay him or play him. A lot of things like that happen. So sometimes really talented guys just don't get their chance or don't mesh well. But it's not because they're not as good as a James Harden, a Durant, or maybe not LeBron, but like a bench guy, a really successful Drew Leaguer, Miami Pro-Am guy. Like the top guys there can probably play on an NBA bench somewhere. At least that. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Did you see they were killing Ryan Hollins on Twitter?
Who doesn't kill Ryan Hollins? Yo.
No, this is what happened.
Go ahead.
He plays in the Big Three.
Yeah.
So they interviewed him after the game. Michael Rappaport interviewed him. He's like, Ryan Hollins, man, you came through in the last couple of minutes of the game. Like, what do you have to say? And he's like, man, I go hard every time I play. And then when they pulled up his stats for the game, it was 2 points, 2 rebounds.
I go hard every time?
He's like, I go hard every time I play. And so, like, niggas was, like, taking that and be like, oh, when I was at work and I didn't do shit all day and my boss comes and compliment me, it's like, yeah, I work hard all day. You know what I mean?
Put in that work. Yeah, Ryan Hollins, man, look, I have nothing personal against Ryan Hollins. Ryan Hollins has never done anything to me, never said anything to me. I knew that he played in the NBA. You last in the league 10 seasons, obviously you can do some things. And he was a dunker. He was a good bench center when he played. He was a journeyman, whatever. 10-year career, salute to that. He's try to have a post career in media, and he does a lot of broadcasting. He comes on First Take and
he says a lot of dumb shit.
I mean, it's not even the dumb shit. It's like he tries to just really be funny or like try to make a point. And it's just annoying. Like, yo, fuck it. I'm Steve Jackson. I love Steve Jackson because he a country nigga who just speaks his mind, and he's made good FS1 TV over there on Undisputed and whatnot on all those shows because it's like sports and ESPN and his FS1. And he said Ryan Hollins and Damon Jones. He said niggas who average under 10 points can't talk. On these shows, it's like if you average under 10 points, y'all ain't got no right to speak on nothing.
Dog, did you see when Shannon and Steven Jackson went at it like a little bit about the LeBron?
Yeah, about the LeBron thing. You stopped him,
funny.
And it was like real intense.
He was like, I guarded LeBron. He's not gonna go ahead and do all that stuff that he was doing against the Warriors. He's like, when you guarded LeBron. He's like, when you guarded LeBron, Steve? He's like, man, I guarded LeBron. He's like, and guess what? He gave you that work.
Yo, Shannon Sharp is such a stand for LeBron, but I love it, yo. Guys like us, we can watch that shit like fucking all day, twice a day. And we just love these. There's like 8 different debate panel shows, but they all covering the same shit, and we just love it. Probably the biggest news that happened since we been out of action. Last week, Friday night, out of nowhere, we were like thinking, okay, it's probably going to take a while for this Kawhi shit because Kawhi ain't going to make a decision. And Kawhi Leonard just fucking, Woj or whoever, Chris Haynes dropped the bomb that he signed with the Clippers. And then, like, we were like, damn, he went with the Clippers. I was kind of like, great. Now the league is very balanced. There's parity, all that. Lakers fans, hella mad. Fuck Kawhi. He's dead to me. Tony always took the approach of.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Kawhi. I knew, remember I kept telling you he's not going to come here. Right. I kept saying that. But, the media made it seem like,
they started hyping it that week. Yeah. They were like, he's coming. It's a done deal. Chris Bruce, like a lot of analysts,
Broussard, man.
reporters got that shit wrong. They were all saying Lakers. Yeah.
It's a done deal. Shut up. But
sources saying he's done. He's gone. It's Dennis came around to convincing him. LeBron is none of that shit happened.
So I knew he wasn't coming here. My thing is, dog, the nigga held the league hostage.
Yeah, he did.
Niggas could have signed fucking free agents and shit because we were waiting for fucking Kawhi.
Holding out.
I don't know why we waited for this nigga.
With them cheeks out, man.
For real, dog.
He was like, nah, bitch, I want that one. That's what he did.
So, I don't know why we waited so long. I mean, I'm kind of, like, it's cool that we didn't sign because then we got all these free agents and shit, so now we kind of got, like, a deep bench.
The Lakers, let's not get twisted. Because they did not get Kawhi, it does not mean there's no chance of a championship. It just means that there won't be a chance for an extended possible dynasty period because LeBron was going to be himself for at least another 2-3 years. And when he was done, if he would re-up with the Lakers or as he aged out, you have Kawhi, Anthony Davis for the next 5-7 years. That's just not going to happen. But it doesn't mean that when LeBron is done, the Lakers are not going to be able to get another star to play with AD. So they're going to be a good team. This year, they're definitely in the hunt. They got like a good mix of vets, some shooting. They got some defense. They have some size. It's just
Green, Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley. I think Avery Bradley's had some injury issues the last couple of years. If he's healthy and can kind of do what he used to do, he's one of the best on-ball defenders. He can hit a three. He's good for some points. Danny Green's still one of the best spot-up catch-and-shoot three-point shooters in the league, and he plays decent perimeter defense. You got Kuzma going into year 3. He's the young guy, probably the youngest guy on the team, ready to probably take another jump, in this game. I think he's better. For me, in my opinion, I think, if we're going to just be real about the Lakers, I think he fits best as a six-man because I don't think his defense is there.
Yeah.
And I think with the way that Lakers team looks right now, they're saying LeBron's always been a point guard, but he shouldn't be trying to guard like 1 through 5. I think LeBron is best to just maybe 3, 4, some small ball 5 here and there. But I don't think he should run around chasing guards at this stage in his career.
Yeah.
So if I were doing the lineup, I think Danny Green definitely got to start the 2, LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4. I would probably have Avery Bradley start at the 1. He defends the point guards, but then he's like a 2 guard on offense or whatever. Or it's just like LeBron runs the point and everybody else is spread out. And I would actually start JaVale McGee at center. I wouldn't start Boogie. I kind of have with Boogie, Kuzma, and Rondo. I think that would anchor the bench, and then whoever else fills out the rotation. But Rondo's a point guard. He's going to get these guys the ball. Kuzma's going to score. Boogie's still a presence. I think Boogie, he's really working even harder to get in shape. He looks even slimmer.
He looks slim as fuck.
Yeah, so he's really like trying to get back. So I salute him. I think it's going to be great. I think everybody kind of wants to see a possible Lakers-Clippers Western Conference Finals. Not to mention, so Woj drops later in that night. Paul George gets traded to the Clippers. The Thunder start the rebuild, I guess. They get a whole bunch of picks. And that was crazy. Everybody was like, God damn, Kawhi just convinced the dude who just signed a contract to ask for a trade and get out of the deal. Like, you hate Paul George?
You know what it is?
What's up?
It's them outside LA niggas. That's what it is.
The outsiders.
The Riversides, the Palmdales, the Pomonas.
Riverside's not the Pomonas. Inland
Yeah,
Empire, them IE niggas.
Yeah, it's the outside LA niggas, and they just conspire together.
Wait a second. Paul just activated his microphone.
Paul about to get on.
You know what? I think I'm still muted.
Okay, he's still muted. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. But go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I really feel like these niggas are trying to make a statement. Like, it's not only LA and Cali, it's we the outside niggas and we coming to infiltrate. But fuck them niggas. You know what I mean? It's still Laker Town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck all that shit.
That's right. And you got AD.
And we got AD.
And LeBron. And a bunch of experienced winning guys.
Yes.
Let's not to mention who else you got. You guys signed.
We got the secret weapon.
Who's the secret weapon?
Alex Caruso.
Caruso!
That nigga like 20-something years old, balding. Yeah. You seen that nigga head?
Yeah. He need to adjust him, man. Get him. I think he should. He got some money now.
He got the Michael Jordan like in his 3rd or 4th. You remember when Michael Jordan was getting like that?
Yeah, by like year 5, this shit was already thinning. After the Dominique Dunk contest, it was like, damn, he already thinning. Detroit was stressing him out.
Oh my god.
So I think who else did they get? You guys got Green. You got Rondo. You have Quinn Cook. I thought was a decent.
Yeah, Quinn Cook. Yeah.
He's a good. Just you need depth because they got.
And
some
they got
guys
Troy
older.
Daniels too.
Troy can shoot.
Yeah,
I don't expect him to play much, but he's just end of the bench guy.
Dudley.
Oh, Jared Dudley is a vet who's just well respected, despite what people think about how he looks as a player or how he sounds or whatever like that. Dudley still contributes at a high level. You need guys like him in the locker room. He doesn't need the ball to be effective. Yeah. He can just do the dirty work. And he's excited. He's motivated because he gets to play in his hometown. So, like they have good talent. Like Danny Green, starter on a championship team. Like people don't understand there's tier systems of a player's level. Like if you're a starter on a bad team, most likely on a really good team you're probably not going to start. And Danny Green has proven he can start on a championship title team. He didn't have his best finals, but he played decent in some stretches, and he was great through the regular season and the playoffs. You got. LeBron and AD too, and their games really like complement each other. Like LeBron has never had that pick and roll big man or pick and pop big man, and it's just like that's gonna be so lethal. Like I don't even think people understand how much easier LeBron's gonna have scoring next year. They were just making sure the shooting was right, and I think they got enough shooting. But now Paul wants to come in.
You guys are so optimistic about the Lakers. Avery Bradley.
He played bad last year, but he was coming off
garbage.
that hip injury.
He's been playing bad for the past 3 or 4 years.
Probably.
Garbage. Hide him on the bench. Never let him see the court.
Okay,
He's
so
gonna
who would
get
you
cut.
start at point guard then?
Well,
I don't
first
think
off,
Rondo
I
should
think
start, though.
In the height of
Rondo's
their
gonna
career,
start, for
in the
sure.
height of their career, I think Avery Bradley's a better on-ball defender than
Be careful.
what's his
Be
fucking
careful.
name?
Beverly?
Yes.
Be careful.
Ooh.
Yes.
In his prime.
But he's still
yeah.
28.
Yeah,
Bradley's still young.
Yeah.
So he could, if he gets his if he has a good offseason, like, because he played, they had his numbers on Memphis when they traded him, and he played relatively decent for Memphis. So there just must have been something going on in the Clippers that why he didn't work. The offense didn't fit him, or he just
He
needs
did say he circled the date. Clippers Lakers. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
he circled
circling
the
that
date.
date. Like he has a
There's
growth,
got to
but-
be something that happened.
But he played a defensive. It was a defensive and offensive minus. Like when he was with the Clippers, he was
That
just
was
a
weird.
liability.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the trade that when we traded Avery Bradley away, we got Jermichael Green and Garrett Temple.
Did you guys keep Jermichael? Did y'all resign him?
We kept Jermichael.
You
Garrett.
did. You signed him.
Yeah, Temple signed with
With
Brooklyn.
the Nets. Yeah. I just love that the league is gonna be fucking lit next year. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let's not even forget this past week, fucking the Thunder traded Russell Westbrook to Houston for Chris Paul. Westbrook, for Chris Paul. So now Westbrook and Harden, they're reunited. I mean, I don't know what that means for the Rockets, but I know that it's gonna be a team I want to watch play. Like, I want to see how they make it work.
Did you see the meme of James Harden and Russell Westbrook in 2K fighting over
Yeah,
the ball?
fighting over the ball. Did you see?
Everybody was
It
doing
said
that
they had Russell and then Harden, and it said oil and water because they don't mix.
Yeah.
You know, all right.
Bring Harden off the bench.
If we really talking basketball, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, right.
So he ain't no 6-man. No, he an MVP now. I think in a small way it could work. It would be James has to just be willing to play more off ball because he can shoot, because he can shoot from anywhere, and Russ is not as good of a shooter. I'm not saying you just let Russ control the ball the whole game, but I think there's a lot of scenarios where Russ can be the guy with the on ball while Harden spots up or moves around looking for a shot, like off of a pin down or whatever like that.
he needs to because Westbrook can't shoot.
But Westbrook also has the most shooting he's ever had around him too. Like,
That's true.
Houston's got a lot of good shooters. They brought back everybody. They got Rivers. They got Tucker. They have Gerald Green. They have Eric Gordon. You have Daniel House, who was a good contributor for them. Like James Harden. So they have a lot of shooting. And Westbrook, the last 3 years, actually most of the Thunder tender, even with Durant, they just never had enough shooting for him. And the floor is going to be so much more space. I think he'll be able to drive better. And then when Harden has the ball, I think if Westbrook is willing to cut, because Westbrook sometimes he'll just stand in the corner when he doesn't have the ball, and that's not helping. Yeah. So if he decides to try and move, I think they could kind of make it work. I don't know what that means. I think everybody wants to see Clippers and Lakers though in the Western Conference Finals next year. That would be the ideal. Like,
Can we talk about the best part of that trade?
What's the best part of that trade?
Which was little Chris Paul,
going to Thunder,
who is who forced his way out of LA.
Yeah,
and
he did
in
force
the sign
his
and
way.
trade.
Yeah, he did.
Which we got. Look who we
bunch
got
of
for
players.
Lou Will, Pat Beverly, Montrezl Harrell
Yeah.
picks. Like Jerry West is the best executive ever. But now he's sent to the Thunder
Man,
with no other suitors in the league besides maybe Miami.
maybe Miami.
But the report today was that he's gonna stay with the Thunder.
Yeah, he's gonna just play.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm trying to be positive.
That's tough.
He's got Gallo, SGA. The Thunder traded Jerian Grant to the Nuggets. The Nuggets are gonna be. Don't sleep on the Nuggets, man. That was a really good move. They got Jerian Grant they just sent a pick, and he really helps them at that 3-4 spot because now they have a big wing guy who can guard all the best forwards, and they're pretty much come back with the same team. But yeah, with Chris Paul, the Thunder they won't be shit to watch now. Like they'll be okay. Like they're not like a bottom 5 team. I just think they just don't have a star. Well.
Yeah.
It just depends on how healthy Chris Paul is. Danilo Gallinari had a career season. You still have Steven Adams, who's a really good center. You have SGA,
SGA might be a top 5 player from that draft.
Yeah, I think so. He has a chance. And I think you're going to have one of the best point guards of all time as your mentor going into your second year through your, however long Chris Paul stays there. He's going to be a big influence. And you can start those two in the backcourt because SGA is 6'7". Yeah. So you have two playmakers on the floor. I mean, they're not going to be trash. They're just not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're the 9th or 10th best team. Did you see the video of – because the big thing that Lakers fans are saying right now is who's going to guard AD? Did you see the video out there of when Pat Beverly
That's true.
guarded AD?
The Clippers need some front court help, though.
But Pat Beverly on AD,
He actually got some stops.
You got his. I'll send you the video.
All right, but that's like he did that a couple possessions. That's not gonna happen the whole game.
Still, the way that he played him.
Did you see?
You can get. And then what happened when Beverly did that to KD? We saw what happened, right?
I mean, yeah, he got in his head.
It's not gonna. You can get him a couple stops here and there, but
he almost
you can't
brought KD
expect.
to the Clippers.
You can't expect for him to.
I blocked John Wall on a jump shot.
Right.
If I keep that defensive highlight and
mix it
in and other shit, they're like, oh shit, he got some defense. Oh shit.
How many times?
Little do they know that nigga was cooking me the whole fucking game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Highlights can be deceiving people. Mixtapes.
You're the reason why he ruptured his Achilles.
Oh man.
That was me, nigga.
me, nigga.
The defense.
All right, you know who I have a sleeper front court center that's gonna sign with the Clippers. I think Dwight Howard's gonna go there. I think Memphis is gonna buy him out, and I think you guys are gonna get Dwight Howard.
No, thank you.
You don't want Dwight Howard?
You're crazy. As
don't
much
want
as
Dwight
as much as I don't like him, he's still a good player. I mean, he didn't play good for the Lakers.
Yeah, he had a back issue. Like he played off a back surgery. That's not. And he still averaged a double.
And then you had like Steve Nash, old ass Kobe, who likes the ball.
Gasol was hurt. They were hurt that year, man.
It was a good team on paper.
They showed the sample size. The like 20, 30 games they played together that season when it was like Gasol, Nash, Kobe. They were like dominant, but they weren't healthy. Like, but Dwight still. I mean, he didn't play much for Washington last year because he had
making the playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah, Kobe got them there before their Achilles.
And got their ass beat the fuck up.
But they didn't have a team by then. It was like Gasol and Dwight, and then like the rest of the parts.
Yeah, he had that butt injury.
Yeah, he had that gluteus thing. I mean,
that training came out, and he had the butt injury.
But I mean, if he joined the Clippers, what is he doing? Backing up Zubac, playing maybe 25 minutes a night. Like he can be
backing
really good.
up Zubac.
Yeah.
You think he starts?
100%. Zubac started, but the thing is, Zubac plays.
He's not in a position. He's gonna have to take a deal because he's not in a position anymore. Like his leverage as I'm a Dwight guy, it's faded because of how many times he's gotten traded. He last year he signed for he was on a $5 million deal. He's probably gonna have to take a minimum. He's not in a position to like dictate his role.
But he's the third center on the Clippers.
No, he would be the same.
No. Harrell.
Montrezl would back up the four. Who's your starting four? You got Harkless, right? So you Harkless and JaMychal.
Yeah.
But JaMychal
and Harkless, right?
Well, that's if you sign Dwight. I mean, I just think that would be a smart pickup. Like you guys needed one more guy in the buyout or whatever.
The way we played last year was Ibaka would start and then Harrell would finish.
At
the Dwight
but against AD
because him and Lou Will, that pick and roll is unguardable.
That's true, but let's also talk about how Golden State now is the dynasty. I think is kind of over. They'll be a really good team, and every other team got a good ass center. And I don't think Montrez can keep up with a Jokic, an AD. Clint Capella kind of does what he does, but he's got 3 more inches on him. Who else is you got in there? You got.
He gets those hustle boards though.
He does. LaMarcus is still a relatively good big man.
So let's think like this, right? You got on the floor. You got Pat Beverly, right? You got whoever they play at the 2. You got Kawhi, you got Paul George.
He might start 4. They might do 3-4 with them.
So let's say they have their
that's a lot of defense.
Let's say they have their death lineup on the let's say Lou Will.
Defensive death? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, look at that. Just the switches. The switches alone.
Yeah.
Any of those players can guard almost any
It's going to be hard. Like I said, the teams, they're going to be the best defensive team in the league probably. And then they're going to, their offense is going to be probably pretty smooth and easy too.
Yeah, defense creates offense.
Defense creates offense, and then offensively, they have some of the best scorers in the game.
Yeah, they probably have Shamet is an underrated defender, I think.
Yeah, and he'll be good playing with a Bev, a George, and Kawhi. I don't think there's any other big moves outside of that. I mean, my Knicks got Marcus Morris, so we'll win 3 more games.
Although there's a rumor out there that the Clippers are going to make one more move.
Probably for a big.
And what they're thinking is that they have one of 2 names that keep floating around. It's Steven Adams or Marc Gasol. That's what's floating around.
They might trade for Marc Gasol just to have him play back up.
Because it's only 1 more year. They only got him on a. He has a.
So who would you send? Who would you trade for him?
See, that's the problem. They need to make the money work. So it's like, who do you move for that?
Well, they have friendly contracts though. They don't have like a big money bad contract now. Because they kind of got rid of all that. But I mean, maybe they'll just wait and Gasol gets bought out.
Maybe.
But I think Toronto would trade and see if they can get something. I don't know what the Toronto's going to do because do they blow up the team or do they play as is and see how far they go before their contracts expire? Like, I would think Massage would want to trade these guys to get value for them.
They're still a top 5 team in the East, I think.
I don't know.
Kawhi, man, he left them
good
butt naked.
They played good when he wasn't there. So they got some good role players. They got Rondae Hollis Jefferson from the Nets, and they gave Stanley Johnson a flyer. They're bringing back OG. Pascal, you expect to take another leap. You got Van Vliet, you got Lowry, you got Ibaka. They have a decent team. Like, they know how to play, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, the East is so.
I would
hit or
put them in the
miss,
bottom,
you
the
know?
bottom, the bottom four.
The
Like,
bottom four?
Yeah.
I think they're like a 5 or 6.
Does Kemba finally, do something in the playoffs?
See, he was a
Did he make the playoffs before?
He made it twice. He had 1 year with Al Jefferson when he was with the Hornets, and then another year he made it. But they always got swept. Like, they didn't. They were just weren't. They were good. They just got there. Yeah. I think Kemba can. He was the best player. He fits really good with Boston because he's not on Kyrie's level all the way, but he's better than Isaiah Thomas, and he blends like what they do perfectly, and he's a good just leader, whatever. The issue that I have with Boston is signing Enes Kanter because I feel like Kanter can score and he rebounds well, but his defense is bad. And going from Horford to Kanter, and they lost Aaron Baines.
Where's Horford?
He is with Philly. Philly took him, and Philly got this weird big ass team. But I don't know how they're gonna make their rotations work. But they just got a lot of size, and they just pretty much they did that because they just want to make it hard for Giannis. They're just thinking about we're gonna lock up Giannis because we got so many bigs. We're gonna make it really wear and tear on him to yeah, it's gonna be fun next year in the league. I guess we gotta wrap up, but before we do that, let's just shift over from basketball. See any movies? I saw Spider-Man yesterday.
Nah, I want to go see Spider-Man. I want to see Toy Story, and I want to see The Lion King. Those are the 3 movies that
Toy Story is good too.
I
like the Toy Story. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was good. It's hard to follow Avengers, but if you were gonna pick somebody, you do it with Spider-Man.
Okay.
We did have something we said we wanted to bring up before we bounce. We talked about this week. Was it R. Kelly?
Nah, it was
R. Kelly got arrested, y'all. By the way.
Yeah, I mean it was bound to happen. This nigga hiding people in his basement. We were talking about ASAP Rocky.
Yes. So ASAP Rocky got arrested in Sweden after an altercation with some fans or whatever outside his concert.
Yeah, this is what happened. Like, the fan got into it with the security. The fan threw the headphones at the security. The headphone broke. So now he wanted ASAP to pay for the headphones, saying that the security broke it. But when you see on camera, it was actually him throwing it at the security. So now ASAP's like, yo, leave me alone. The guy keeps following them around. Yo, leave me alone. The guy keeps following around. So eventually, them niggas just get pissed off, like, yo, I fucking told you stop. And then they just start whooping his ass.
Him and his team.
Yeah.
And then they arrested him.
Him
and the team.
Yeah. And they were saying, like, oh, he's staying in inhumane conditions and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if any of y'all been overseas. It is true, like, when you go to jail overseas as an American, depending on where you're at, like, you could be held in a fucked up ass cell.
Yeah, harsh conditions.
But in Sweden and I believe it's Norway, their prison system is like daycare, bro. It's like it's not for punishment, it's for rehabilitation. So it's like it's nice. You know what I mean?
So that might not be true, you're saying?
It's not true.
Oh, so he's doing okay, but he's just not getting released.
Because my boy, and he lives in Sweden, he was like, yeah, I've been locked up a couple of times. He's like, shit, I'll stay in there before I stay in my house back in Florida.
Like, you don't want to be in, like, Poland or Yemen prison. Like,
nigga, in Italy, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad in Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the reason why this came about, well, besides that.
I never told you that story?
No, we could talk about that another time. So a few years ago when Ferguson and some other riots were happening, ASAP Rocky, they asked him just how he felt about it, and he just kind of have some ignorant and cold responses to it, saying like, you know, I ain't no fucking revolutionary. Yeah. I'm just here to talk about my music, do my drugs, and fuck my bitches. I'm not a politician. And
I live in Soho and Beverly Hills. I can't relate to Ferguson.
Yeah. And, you know, that did cause some backlash. So now that he's locked up and is having a hard time.
And people want people to sign a petition. Niggas are saying, nigga, I live in South Central. I live in Brooklyn. I can't relate to Sweden. Good luck, nigga.
But do we cancel ASAP because of ignorant comments he made?
I mean, no, you don't cancel him, but you would just hope that.
Accountable.
Yeah, you hold him accountable, and you would hope that this right here humbles him and he learns from his mistakes. Next time, don't say nothing stupid. Nobody's asking you to donate money. Nobody's asking you to be the forefront of the shit. We just ask you how you feel. All you had to do is say, hey, man, it's fucked up what they doing to these people. I hope their families get justice. Boom. That's it.
That's it. And Tony could be also your PR person, ASAP.
You know what I mean?
You should think about that. We would love to stay and talk some more, but you know, we got moves to make out here in these streets. You got any shows coming up this week?
Nah, but I have been taking like this online class.
Okay.
You probably heard of him, Jerry Corley. He used to write on SNL. He actually has a class up in Burbank.
Nice. All right, look at
but-
you getting some comedy education.
Yeah, but I don't have the money to pay for his class yet, so I'm just saving up till I'm able to take the class.
But
But
that's
I,
what's
I
up.
took the online courses and shit. And like I learned a lot about like comedic writing and turning your everyday stories that you believe are funny and turn it into a set. So
And little by little, man, you just gotta keep
Yeah.
feeding your brain. You gotta just keep learning. Yeah, that's dope. I'm never opposed to taking a class where you really want to learn and pull that in and get better at that to
Yeah.
help your craft. So yeah, that's what's up. Let me know how the class keeps going. We don't
Oh,
follow up on that.
I met your boy Michael Jarrett
Okay.
because
Wait,
he actually
MJ.
he actually got the job at FBE.
Yeah.
But they were gonna hire me because he left, right?
Uh-huh.
Because they told him they couldn't give him a full time, so then he left. They got another job, and then when they actually needed somebody, they called me, and then one of the higher ups was like, "Yo, why don't you just hire the guy that you already had here? It would be unfair for you to just give this new guy the job."
So Michael got the job.
Mike got the job. I'm just on call, which is cool with me. I understand. I know how
Yeah.
it goes, but he a cool dude.
Yeah,
I know-
Mike. Shout out to Michael Jarrett, man. Thanks for hooking my boy up, bro.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, man. He's like, my boy, he's a comic too, Nick Alexander. I said, you don't know no damn Nick Alexander. He's like, yeah, that's what I was like, nigga, that's my boy, nigga. Went to high school together, play basketball together, nigga.
Dropping all the credit.
Facebook 10 years, nigga. And 2 years on top of that, so like 12 years.
I got
known this
time
nigga. Yeah, I got time in, cuz.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah, but then you told Michael like I tried to do it, but then they.
I told him about it.
Okay, I did try. I wanted to like see what the job was like, Mike, and I appreciated your rec.
I spent 15 hours yesterday at VidCon, right, which is like the social media influencers, YouTube
Okay.
guys, like the big guys, and they have like a convention, and they all be there. So I spent 15 hours there, double overtime.
Oh, you was working with the FBE?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
My
yeah,
nigga.
that's what's up.
I got some shows I want to put out there for y'all. So if this
Half and
week,
half.
come check out the Half and Half comedy show. Wednesday night, we launching. Me, Hadia
yeah.
Robinson. We on guest, we have Ron G doing a half hour. Comedian Ida Rodriguez doing a half hour, man. So it's going to be great at the Sycamore Tavern in Hollywood in the downstairs room. July 17th is Wednesday. Tickets are available on Half Half Comedy. If you follow us, Half Half Comedy on Instagram or comedy.eventbrite.com where you can get tickets. $10 if you do it now, $15 at the door. Also Sunday, Cornbread Kitchen returns. My comedy troupe, my super group. We back at UCB Inner Sanctum doing a show. 8:00 Sunday night, the 21st. The Black Twitter show is back. So keep supporting, man. Follow me at Nick of Comedy
At Ty Sterling.
and be good, y'all, for the culture. Peace.